Oh, it's that time again. It's my third iteration of the What Happened in Chicago. So, apparently, 36 were shot, 7 fatally in Chicago Labor Day weekend violence. Now, did you read that on the news? You didn't. Let's just come out and just say that. You didn't. So, from the first time I did it, that was 3 were killed, 24 were wounded. The next week, last week, 6 were killed, 23 were wounded. Now, 7 fatally were shot and killed, or 36 were shot in total, so that would make it 29 were wounded. I'm going to get the tally down correctly here. So, we can add that up. So, in the last 3 weeks, that was 16 were killed. And then I got to add this up here for the wounded. 7, 9, that's 16, carry the 1, 3, 5, 7. 76 were wounded. But did the mainstream media report that? No, of course they didn't. So let's continue on. This is ABC 7 Chicago. It says, despite August crime numbers showing a drop in murders in Chicago. Okay. From when? It's been a violent Labor Day weekend. Police added extra efforts to combat this end of summer violence, but the numbers paint a bleak picture of the holiday weekend with 36 people shot, 7 fatally. A 15-year-old boy was among the dead. He was shot and killed about 2:20 a.m. Sunday in the Austin neighborhood. Chicago police said they found Devontae Jackson on the sidewalk in the 5100 block of West Washington Boulevard. He had been shot 6 times, according to his family, and was pronounced dead just steps away from the family's home. Devontae's sister, Alexis, said the teen had been sitting on the couch with his younger brother in the early morning hours of Sunday when he got a phone call. Quote, they called him and told him to come outside. When they told him to come outside, he was guessing he was going to see his friends, she said. And they did what they did to him after they called his phone. Evidently, whoever did it knew who it was, because when I went to see him in the morgue, he had a shocked look on his face. That's debatable. Devontae was going to be a freshman at Marshall High School. His family said he had a lot of life ahead of him. He was looking forward to playing basketball this year. We knew the capabilities that he had, and we know he was a good person. He was an athlete. He was a very smart person. He's 15. Why would they want to kill him? Man, that's sad. Just over 20 minutes after Jackson was shot, a man was killed and a woman wounded in a shooting at a party in Woodlawn on the south side. They were there gathered at 2:45 a.m. inside a residence at the 6100 block of South St. Lawrence Avenue when someone at the party opened fire. A 27-year-old man suffered numerous gunshot wounds to the body and was taken to University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Medical examiner's office has yet to release the man's identity or details on his death. The woman, 34, was hit in the foot and took herself to St. Bernard Hospital, where she listed in good condition. About an hour later, a drive-by claimed the life of one man and wounded another in Archer Heights on the southwest side. They were traveling in a vehicle about 3:54 a.m. at 5100 block of South Pulaski Road when someone fired shots from a passing vehicle. A man suffered multiple gunshot wounds to the body and was pronounced dead at the scene, police said. The ME's office hasn't released details on the death. The other man, 38, was hit in the chest, abdomen, and hand and was able to take himself to Mount Sinai Hospital, where he's in serious condition. On Saturday, 2 men were killed. 3 more people were wounded after someone unleashed gunfire at a group of people in Inglewood on the south side. They were on the front porch, 55:51 p.m. in the 7100 block of South Paulina Street when they heard gunfire, Chicago police said. The 2 men, 26 and 32, were killed. Police said a 26-year-old man was hit in the chest and pronounced dead at the Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn. 30-year-old was hit in the chest and thigh. He said he was pronounced dead at University of Chicago Medical Center. 3 others, a woman and 2 men, were also wounded in the shooting. Witnesses told the police they did not see who fired the shots, but one told investigators a dark-colored vehicle drove off from the scene. On Saturday morning, a man was killed and another wounded in a double shooting in Humboldt Park on the west side. About 4:43 a.m., when they were in the 3200 block of West Le Moyne Street, when someone in a vehicle unleashed gunfire. Angel Perez, 18, was struck in the chest and taken to Stroger Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. He lives in Logan Square. The other man, 23, was hit in the buttocks and taken to Norwegian American Hospital in serious condition. Wow, right in the butt. In the weekend's earliest reported homicide, a 42-year-old man was killed in a shooting in the south side of Chicago. Willie Coker was outside with a group of people at 12:22 a.m. in the 8700 block of South Burley Avenue when shots rang out from an unknown direction, police and ME's office said. Officers responded to a shot spotter alert and found the man unresponsive with multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. Police said he was pronounced dead at the University of Chicago Medical Center. In the weekend's most recent shooting, officers responded to a shot spotter alert around Monday and found a 22-year-old man hanging out of a front four-door sedan with multiple gunshot wounds. Officers applied a tourniquet while they waited for an ambulance to arrive. The man was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, critical condition, police said. Witness reported seeing a shooter running from the scene wearing a half mask and light brown jacket. Violence comes despite the city's efforts to increase patrols, deploying hundreds of additional police officers across Chicago for the holiday weekend in hopes of reducing the bloodshed. Apparently didn't work. It also comes after August crime numbers showed a drop in murders. From when? Police said last month has the lowest number of murders and shootings since 2011, with murders down 23% compared to the previous year. I think it's like an outlier. Quote, we ended August in every category: shootings, shooting incidents, homicides, said Mayor Lori Lightfoot. We had a rough Saturday, but I think we corrected things yesterday. How? You still had 7 people murdered. Lightfoot knows there's much more work that needs to be done, working with police and faith-based leaders to focus on youth. Yeah, that always works. We've got to teach young people that solving petty disputes with firearm is not the way to go, she said. Again, this is just I guess you could do this in any big city, and I'm just picking Chicago because Illinois has one of the toughest gun laws in the state gun laws, if you will, in the United States. And yet, this keeps happening. Why? I don't know. Take your pick. I mean, this is like the third week, and I'm just sitting there reading these stories. It's like, okay, fine. What is the federal government doing? Nothing really. Okay, got it. What is the state government doing? Nothing. What is Chicago doing? Working with faith-based groups. All right? Talking with youth to tell them to solve their petty disputes peacefully. Is that working? No. I know what you're going to say. Liza, what's your solution? I don't have a solution. I'm just reporting the news here. And I'm giving commentary. I have no idea how to fix this. Unless you lock the city down with martial law, which I don't suggest, it's just gonna keep going. Actually, you know what? I do have a suggestion. Once it gets past 10 p.m. at night, stay in home and just go to bed. Don't hang out on the porch somewhere where someone could do a drive-by on you. If you get a call late at night, someone wants to see you outside, don't go. Say, yeah, I'll see you in the morning, or I'll see you in the afternoon. I think that's the only thing I can think of that could prevent some of this stuff. But again, you're an adult. And if that's what you want to do at that night on the west or south side of Chicago, by all means do that. However, it just seems that every time someone hangs out at that time outside your home, this happens. So I would suggest stay stay in your home. Um, that's it. Stay in your home. Stay out of harm's way. Laszlo out.